Do you guys remember what happened on July 13th of this year? Literally, like what, last month? You guys remember what happened? It's about to be a month ago, and the media wants you to forget about it, but they want to bring up one specific topic: Trump's ear. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, buckle up because Trump is finally going to put an end to this. Because I don't think this should be the topic of conversation. Now, I'll tell you why. But apparently, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, let's actually go back in time real quick to leftists becoming conspiracy theorists, right? They're always calling right wingers conspiratorial and calling right wingers. You guys are, MAGA. Yeah, you guys are like the conspiracy theories one, whatever. But apparently, this is what they were doing, and this is what they're still doing.
Usual. What is the actual injury to Donald Trump's ear that's under that bandage? Shouldn't we know that by now? It's weird. And there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of curiosity about it, in the sort of media world, my profession. It's weird, right? Where are the FOIAs? Why isn't it New York usual? What?
Yeah, so that's Joy Reid basically questioning Trump's ear, whether something actually happened to his ear or not. You guys remember? Like, she basically made it seem that it was like staged. That's what Democrats were saying.
People don't know for sure whether Donald Trump was hit by a bullet, whether he was hit by glass fragments, whether he was hit by shrapnel. We don't have those details. We actually have no details from his physician, even though this man is still a Secret Service protected, and presidential candidate. We know almost nothing. Why? Why don't we know that much? We know that 3 people were shot. 1 person, unfortunately, was killed at the rally. We don't know where they were sitting or standing relative to him.
Wow. So there you go. So now you guys caught you guys up. So now here is the media, which they're still obsessed with Trump's ear. Here's what happens when they finally ask about his ear. Here's his response.
What is the assassination? Is your ear fully recovered? Is there a scar? Do you have any hearing damage from that?
Pretty much recovered, yeah. I'm a fast healer. It's a hell of a shot, but I'm a fast healer. Yeah, pretty much recovered.
Do you have hearing damage from it?
No, it didn't hit that. I got very.
Once again, the mainstream media, this is their focus right now.
But I'm a fast healer. Yeah, pretty much.
I'm a fast healer.
Pretty much recovered.
Do you have hearing damage from it?
No, it didn't hit that. I got very lucky. It just hit
the media, like they're all scrambling, trying to all ask about this question.
The lobe, as they call it.
Is there a scar on your ear?
Yeah, a little bit, not much. On top.
So there you go. Finally, he answers this question. The media, like literally, that's all they wanted to know, right? They were making up all these types of conspiracies. He finally shuts them down. And here's another one, right? Another big question that the media had was, the media was making a big deal that Trump is going to be a dictator, that he's not going to have peaceful power or transfer. Well, here's what Trump does then.
And then can you just respond to President Biden basically saying that he doesn't think, or he fears that there wouldn't be a peaceful transfer of power if you lose this election?
Well, he actually said it 2 ways. First, he said it incorrectly, then he corrected himself. Do you agree with that, right? If you watch him. He said
I don't
it 2
have
ways.
a comment, but I'm asking you for your comment.
He said it 2 ways because he doesn't really know what he said. Why didn't he bring it up at the debate? He had a chance for 90 minutes to bring it up at the debate. He could have talked about that at the debate, and he didn't do it. Everyone said, oh, he said this and he said that. He's just, they give him something to read off. He read it very badly because he actually said it the opposite. Then he had to go back and correct himself. He said the opposite. He should have brought this up at the debate. If he had a problem, of course there'll be a peaceful transfer. And there was last time, and there'll be a peaceful transfer. I just hope we're going to have honest elections. That's all. Okay?
Boom. So once again, the media, Trump, talking to the media for about an hour and a half, which Kamala Harris doesn't do, right? Trump's answering these questions. Even Nancy Pelosi knows. Now, Trump is making... let's go to CNN real quick. Let's check up on CNN, because even CNN has to admit the obvious is that Kamala Harris doesn't want to do interviews. She doesn't want to talk. She doesn't want to talk to the press at all.
This seemed like it was just Donald Trump taking advantage of an opportunity to bring press here and take those questions. And I will remind you, one of the things we said coming into this press conference, he was going to say over and over again that Kamala Harris has not taken a question from the press. He did, in fact, do that when he was up at the podium.
Even CNN has to admit That's the part. But here is Nancy Pelosi, the leader. I believe she and Obama are the leaders of this party. I'm telling you.
Do you think that the vice president needs to be more out there talking to reporters, talking about issues in a give and take, not just in speeches?
I think she should say what I just said in that sentence. She should be herself. She should be ready. She should know her power in all of this. And I don't give anybody
Yes or no, Nancy?
advice.
What? Is she admitting she should know her power?
Issues in a give and take, not just in speeches?
I think she should say what I just said in that sentence. She should be herself. She should be ready. She should know her power in all of this. And I don't give anybody advice except to be themselves and be ready and know.
Her power in all of this is not to talk to the media because she knows it's not her strength. Is that what she's admitting here?
The power of their individuality and their authenticity.
What? What did she what did she say? She didn't say anything.
Reporters talking about issues in a give and take, not just in speeches?
I think she should say what I just said in that sentence. She should be herself. She should be ready. She should know her power in all of this. And I don't give anybody advice except to be themselves and be ready and know the power of their individuality and their authenticity.
I don't know. I don't know what you guys make about that, but here we go. Here's Trump once again. The media is finally forced. Trump has forced the media to finally admit the truth that Kamala Harris is not even elected. Not only was she not elected by Democrats, she doesn't even want to do interviews because she thinks so less of you.
Okay.
Mr. President, you have not had a public campaign event for nearly a week now. Tomorrow you'll be in Montana, which is not a swing state. Some of your allies have expressed concern that you're not taking this race seriously, particularly
What
at
a
a time
stupid question
where
this
there
is.
is enthusiasm on the other side. Why haven't you been campaigning this week?
Because I'm leading by a lot and because I'm letting their convention go through. And I am campaigning a lot. I'm doing tremendous amounts of taping here. We have commercials that are at a level I don't think that anybody's ever done before. Plus, in certain cases, I see many of you in the room where I'm speaking to you on phones. I'm speaking to radio. I'm speaking to television. Television's coming over here. Excuse me, what are we doing right now? She's not doing any news conference. You know why she's not doing it? Because she can't do a news conference. She doesn't know how to do a news conference. She's not smart enough to do a news conference. And I'm sorry, we need smart people to lead this country because our country's never been in this danger before, both economic.
Damn, Trump is going off. I mean, look, Trump is not even the only one saying it. It's also JD Vance. Remember this video?
I come by and wanted to go on the plane because hopefully it's going to be my plane in a few months, but I also thought you guys might get loaded.
This is literally JD Vance going over to Kamala Harris's plane to let the media know that she won't come out and take any questions.
Vice President here. I figured I'd come by and wanted to go on the plane because hopefully it's going to be my plane in a few months, but I also thought you guys might get lonely because the Vice President doesn't answer questions from reporters and hasn't for 17 days. Have they given you guys an explanation for why she won't take questions from reporters? No? Nobody? Okay, great. Well, I hope that you change your mind because it'd be good for the American people, and I think it'd be good for you all if she actually ran a real campaign instead of one from a basement with a teleprompter. So have a good one, guys. See ya. What would you like to hear from her? I'd love her to answer your questions. I'd love her to just answer what she wants to do and also explain why every single position she has changed. She pretends to be a prosecutor, yet she pretends to be a tough on crime prosecutor, and yet here she is. On the police. She's the border czar, yet she's opened up the American southern border. This is a person who has to answer the questions from the media, and it's disgraceful that she runs from you guys.
It's disgraceful that she runs from you guys, but guess what? Democrats are accepting it. Democrats don't really care. Like at this point, what I'm noticing from Democrats that they don't really care. Now, here is an important video I really wanted to share with you guys.
Joining us now, former GOP presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy is with us. All right, Vivek, let's get your take. Greatest contributor to the Democratic Party is the media. We have Kamala and Tim in their own words. It is the most radical candidates to ever run on a major party ticket for the presidency and the vice presidency in this country. And yet they go completely unvetted. They have a media that is compliant, an extension of their press office. Your reaction to it, and how does the Trump campaign deal with that challenge? It's a challenge.
Look, part of this, Sean, is the consequence of the fact they laid a trap for us. And the trap was this. Joe Biden was the nominee, such that for the last 18 months, Republicans have focused our financial and political capital on attacking Joe Biden when he's not the nominee. But because the press is the one that criticized Biden in that last month, here's what they've done. They've banked some artificial credibility with the public. I've talked to many independents across the country, and their main pushback on the idea that the media is biased is the fact that, no, they were just criticizing Biden as recently as last month. So in some ways, we were led into that trap, and now it's up to us to find our way out of it. Here's that path, Sean. I think that we would make the same mistake again by just obsessing over the candidates instead of following a 3-word formula to win this election. Focus on policy.
Yeah, I think this is it. I can't lie. I think this is it. I'm kind of getting a little tired. I mean, but we do have to talk about these things. Don't get me wrong, right? You got to point out the facts to the people. But look, man, I think right now, focus on the policy.
Focus on our own vision for this country. What do we actually stand for? That makes the other side irrelevant by comparison. That's our only chance at success, and I think it is going to be our winning path to success. But we got to learn from our mistake last time around to correct it this time.
See, I think if this election comes about their radical extremism on immigration, on law and order, or the lack thereof, and defund, dismantle, no bail, if it becomes about no fracking and no drilling and energy, if it becomes about their economy and their economic policies and their new Green Deal desire and a 70 to 80% tax rate and taxes on unrealized capital gains, small business and corporations which don't pay taxes, and about America's role in the world, it's a slam dunk. They can't win. But bypassing this almost impenetrable wall of the media is hard.
Of course it's hard. But you know what? We're running to save a country here, Sean. So that work is cut out for us. The question is whether we rise to the challenge. Seal the border, grow the economy, fight rampant crime in this country, and stay out of World War III. If this election comes down to those 4 things, we win this handily. If it doesn't, we lose this. I think those are our 2 choices. The reality is the voting public's not going to be voting for Tim Walz. So I think this news cycle is going to go away regardless in another week. But what does Walz's selection actually tell us? It teaches about Kamala Harris and how she'll make decisions as a U.S. president and to which wing of her party she actually bends the knee. And so
wow. Now, my question to you as I end this video, if you haven't smashed the like button, please smash the like button. Does Trump bend the knee? Because he uses, first of all, we're not in Game of Thrones. I don't like that saying, but she kind of did. She bent the knee to a certain group of people in her party, right? Leftists, progressives, even though it kind of backfired yesterday. The question is, does Trump bend the knee as well as Kamala? Just a question, ladies and gentlemen. And look, the craziest part about this is the ear stuff, the conspiracies. But the funny thing about it, we're still finding things out about the shooting. We're still finding the truth about the shooting. A lot of people won't even admit that Trump was even shot at, that the event was real. And that is crazy. I can't lie to you. That is pretty insane. Being that we actually saw it happen within our own eyes, that happened, right? So we still got people in the other side that, basically won't accept that to be the reality because maybe they don't want to have any empathy toward Trump. They don't want to show any weakness by saying that, oh, that was a crazy moment. That was bad. But we'll see what happens, man. This is getting very interesting. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments of Trump handling the media, and the media is still having this same question over and over and over. They literally have to ask about his ear, and that's what they choose to do with their time. So yeah, let me know what you guys feel down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think overall about Kamala not doing any press. And thank you for your donations. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to go get ready for a flight. I love you guys. See you guys on the next one.